Prepare yourself, because what I am about to tell you will change your understanding of reality forever. On October 8th, an event will occur that astronomers call a stellar rift, but they do not understand its true nature. This is not just a cosmic anomaly. It is a moment when the veil between worlds will become so thin that all the illusions you have built around your life will collapse like a house of cards. Every lie you've told yourself, every self-deception, every mask you've hidden behind for years will be torn away by the invisible hand of the cosmos. The stellar rift happens once a millennium, when certain stargates align in a perfect configuration, creating an energy channel so powerful that it pierces all the protective barriers of the human mind. Imagine an X-ray machine that sees through not your bones, but your soul. On October 8th, the universe will turn on this machine, and you will see yourself as you truly are, without embellishment, without excuses, without illusions. The numerology of October 8th is astonishingly precise. The number 8 symbolizes infinity, karma, and the inevitability of consequence. October is the 10th month, representing 1 and 0, the alpha and the omega, the beginning and the end. If you add the digits 8 plus 1 plus 0, you get 9, the number for completing a cycle, the final step before a new beginning. But that's not all. The date, October 8th, 2025, gives us a sum of digits that points to a transition point, a moment when the old reality dies and the new one has not yet been born. In these moments between worlds, a person is left alone with the truth about themselves. There is nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, no excuse to invent. The stellar rift is ruthless in its honesty. It doesn't come with malice or vengeance. It comes with the absolute neutrality of cosmic laws. Just as gravity doesn't ask for permission to pull objects to the earth, the rift doesn't ask if you are ready to see the truth. It simply reveals it, just as the dawn reveals a landscape hidden by the darkness of night. Most people live in a world of their own illusions without even realizing it. The illusion of control. You think you're in charge of your life, but you are simply reacting to circumstances based on programs installed in your childhood. The illusion of love. You call attachment, dependency, habit, and the fear of loneliness love, but you rarely experience true, unconditional love. The illusion of purpose. You convince yourself that you know what you want, but your desires are shaped by society, advertising, and the expectations of others. The illusion of time. You live in either the past or the future, but almost never in the present moment. The illusion of importance. You inflate the significance of minor problems and fail to notice what is truly important. All these illusions create a false reality in which you exist but do not live. On October 8th, the stellar rift will erase this false reality like an eraser wiping a slate clean. And then you will see what remains when the illusions disappear. Physically, the stellar rift manifests as a powerful stream of energy flowing from the center of the galaxy through specific star systems directly to Earth. This energy has a frequency that resonates with the third eye, the center of intuition and clairvoyance. When the rift reaches its peak, your third eye will activate automatically, regardless of whether you have developed it or not. It's as if a single channel were broadcast on every television on the planet at the same time, the channel of truth. You can't change it, you can't turn it off, you can only watch. And what you see will shock most people to their core, because the familiar picture of the world will be revealed as a movie set, behind which lies a completely different reality. People you considered friends will show their true faces. The job you thought was your life's purpose will expose its emptiness. Relationships that seemed strong will reveal cracks of hypocrisy and mutual use. Goals you pursued for years will lose all appeal when it becomes clear they were imposed from the outside. But losing your illusions is not a catastrophe. It is a liberation. Imagine a person who has worn dark sunglasses their whole life and believed the world to be gray and grim. When the glasses are removed, their eyes hurt from the bright light for the first seconds, but then they see the true colors of the world. This is exactly what will happen on October 8th. First, the painful blindness of the truth, then the ecstasy of authenticity. When the illusion of control disappears, you will understand that real power lies in acceptance and flow, not in resisting life. When the illusion of false love dissolves, the ability to love truly, without conditions, demands, or fear of loss, will be unlocked. When the illusion of other people's goals collapses, your true desires will emerge, those that come from the depths of your soul, not from your head. When the illusion of time vanishes, you will gain the ability to live here and now, in the only moment that truly exists. The stellar rift doesn't destroy your life, it reveals its true beauty, hidden beneath layers of self-deception. The signs of the rift's approach are already appearing for those who are sensitive to cosmic energies. Dreams become prophetic and symbolic. You see scenes from the future. You meet people in your dreams you don't know, only to meet them later in reality. Dreams are turning into messages, a preparation for the revelations to come. Intuition sharpens to the level of clairvoyance. You begin to sense a lie from a distance, see people's hidden motives, and anticipate events. This is the warm-up before the main activation of your psychic abilities. Synchronicities become more frequent. Seeing the same numbers on the clock, chance meetings with significant people, books falling into your hands just when you need answers to important questions. The universe is tuning you to the right frequency. You experience emotional swings. One moment you feel an incredible high, the next a deep dive into yourself. This is your energy system adapting to the new frequencies. The body also reacts. Headaches in the area of the third eye, tingling in your hands and feet, changes in appetite and sleep patterns. Every cell is preparing for transformation. The most amazing thing is that the stellar rift is not happening only on Earth. Throughout the galaxy, civilizations that have reached a certain level of development go through similar trials. It is a cosmic exam of maturity. A civilization that cannot accept the truth about itself is destroyed by its own illusions. One that passes the test ascends to a new level of evolution. Earth has reached this point. Humanity has accumulated a critical mass of self-deceit. Environmental disasters, wars, social injustice, all are consequences of living in illusion. We think we can consume the planet's resources endlessly, ignoring the consequences. We believe that violence solves problems, though it only multiplies them. We convince ourselves that money brings happiness, though the wealthiest people are often deeply unhappy. All these illusions have brought humanity to the brink of catastrophe. The stellar rift is the final chance to awaken before it's too late. Those who accept the truth will become the seeds of a new civilization. Those who reject it will remain in the old world, which is slowly dying from its own lies. On October 8th, at the peak of the rift, what ancient texts call the Great Awakening will occur. Every person on the planet will, for a few minutes, gain access to absolute clarity of consciousness. This is not a mystical experience. It is a shift in perception to a higher frequency. Imagine a radio that has received only static its entire life and is suddenly tuned to a clear station. The sound becomes crystal clear. In the same way, your consciousness will tune in to the frequency of truth. And in those minutes, you will see your life from a cosmic perspective. You will understand which decisions were right and which were wrong. You will see people without their masks and roles as they are at the soul level. You will realize your true mission, the unique gift you brought into this world. You will understand what is truly important and what is secondary. These minutes may feel like an eternity because your consciousness will be working in an accelerated mode, processing vast amounts of information. Some will not be able to withstand such intensity and will lose consciousness. Others will remember every detail of the revelation and change their lives radically. The key is not to resist the process, but to trust the wisdom of the universe. The subconscious mind of most people will desperately resist the rift. It is accustomed to comfortable illusions and will activate all its defense mechanisms. Denial. This can't be true. It must be some mistake, a hallucination, an illness. Anger, at whoever dared to shatter the familiar picture of the world. Bargaining. Attempts to find a compromise between the old lie and the new truth. Depression, from realizing how many years were spent on the wrong goals. And only after passing through all these stages will come acceptance of the new reality. But you have an advantage. You know about the rift in advance. You can prepare mentally and energetically. Meditate, clear your mind of mental clutter. Be honest with yourself about the illusions you already sense. Don't wait for the rift to tear them away by force. Remove them voluntarily. Forgive yourself for past mistakes. They were inevitable with a limited consciousness. Prepare for change, because after the rift, it will be impossible to live the old way. A truth once seen cannot be unseen. What will remain after the illusions disappear? Your true essence, your authentic self, which has always existed but was hidden under layers of conditioning. The ability to love sincerely, without calculation or personal gain, will remain. The creative potential that most people suppress, considering it impractical, will remain. The connection with nature, with the cosmos, with other people at the level of the soul, not the personality, will remain. The wisdom accumulated over all your incarnations, but freed from pain and trauma, will remain. The joy of existence, which does not depend on external circumstances, will remain. A purpose that is greater than personal ambition, service to the evolution of consciousness, will remain. After the rift, many will discover paranormal abilities. Not because they will suddenly appear, but because the blocks that suppressed them will vanish. Telepathy, clairvoyance, healing, the ability to influence matter with the power of thought, all are natural properties of a developed consciousness. Illusions acted as interference, blocking these channels. When the interference is removed, the abilities will manifest on their own. But with great power comes great responsibility. These gifts must be used only for good, because the rift will make it impossible to harm others with immediate karmic retribution. Some will try to avoid the rift, to hide from the truth. They will turn to alcohol, drugs, dive into entertainment, work, anything to avoid hearing the voice of their intuition. But there is no hiding from a cosmic process of this magnitude. The energy of the rift will penetrate everywhere, just as X-rays pass through walls. Attempts to avoid transformation will only intensify the suffering. Just as childbirth cannot be stopped once it has begun, a spiritual rebirth cannot be canceled or postponed. The only way out is to accept the process and trust it. Those who resist to the end may not withstand the energetic pressure. Their consciousness will simply shut down, like a fuse blowing during an electrical overload. They will sleep through the most important hours in human history and wake up in a new world not understanding what happened. Their lives will continue, but the opportunity for an evolutionary leap will be lost. They will have to wait for the next rift, which will not happen for at least another 1,000 years. But most people are ready for change, even if they don't realize it. Souls have chosen to incarnate at this very time to go through this experience. On a subconscious level, everyone knows about the upcoming event and is preparing for it. Children will experience the rift most easily. Their consciousness has not yet been covered by a thick layer of illusions. Many of them already exhibit unusual abilities that adults dismiss as a vivid imagination. After the rift, these abilities will intensify and become obvious even to skeptics. Children will become a bridge between the old and new worlds, helping adults adapt to the new reality. Elderly people who have lived long lives will also meet the rift with understanding. Many of them have already become disillusioned, realizing the futility of their past illusions. For them, the lifting of the veil will be more of a relief than a shock. The greatest difficulties will be faced by middle-aged people, those who have built their lives on a solid foundation of illusions. Career, family, plans for the future, all of this may lose its meaning in an instant. But after some time, they will realize that they only lost what was preventing them from being happy. True values, love, creativity, service, friendship will only be strengthened after being freed from false priorities. The world after the rift will be radically different. Most conflicts will disappear because their true causes will become visible. Wars begin because of illusions. The illusion of one nation's superiority over another, the illusion of limited resources, the illusion of competition instead of cooperation. When these illusions dissipate, war will seem as archaic as duels or witch hunts. The economy will be rebuilt on the principles of justice and abundance. The illusion of scarcity, which forces people to accumulate wealth at the expense of others, will give way to the understanding that the planet's resources are sufficient for everyone with reasonable distribution. Education will change dramatically. Instead of memorizing facts, children will develop intuition, creativity, and emotional intelligence. Medicine will focus on prevention and working with the energetic causes of diseases, not just the symptoms. Religion will be freed from dogma and become a living experience of connection with the divine. Science and spirituality will unite, recognizing that consciousness is primary to matter. Art will become a means of transforming consciousness, not just entertainment. Technology will develop in harmony with nature, not at its expense. Personal relationships after the rift will become honest and deep. Games, manipulations, and attempts to impress will disappear. People will see right through each other, so pretending will become pointless. Partners in marriage will finally get to know each other for real, without masks and roles. Many couples will break up, realizing they were only held together by habit or the fear of being alone. But those who stay together will find a love of unprecedented depth. Friendship will become a sacred bond between souls, not just a way to spend time together. Parents and children will find common ground, free from mutual resentments and expectations. Colleagues will become a team of like-minded individuals, united by a common goal of serving the world. Even strangers will feel a sense of kinship, understanding that we are all particles of one consciousness, playing different roles in a cosmic drama. Loneliness will become impossible because everyone will feel a connection to all living things in the universe. Depression will disappear as a phenomenon because its main cause, alienation from one's own soul and from others, will dissolve into an ocean of unity. But the most important change will happen inside each person. The inner conflict between who you are and who you are trying to appear to be will disappear. You will find the wholeness you have been missing your entire life. The fears that have controlled your actions will lose their power over you. Not because you will become fearless, but because you will understand the illusory nature of most threats. Death will cease to be frightening when it becomes obvious that consciousness is immortal and only the temporary vessel dies. Failures will not upset you because every experience will serve the growth of your soul. Success will not go to your head because true value is not in achievements but in the process of development. You will find your place in the universe and understand why you came into this incarnation. Your life's purpose will become crystal clear, and every day will be filled with meaning. Creative energy will flow freely because the blocks of self-criticism and fear of judgment will disappear. You will become a channel for higher energies, an instrument in the hands of the cosmic mind. Yet you will not lose your individuality. On the contrary, it will manifest fully, freed from imposed templates. Preparing for the rift does not require complex rituals or expensive courses. The most important thing is honesty with yourself. Start now by taking off the masks you wear in society. Admit to yourself what you have long hidden from others and from yourself, your fears, weaknesses, secret desires, and unfulfilled dreams. The fewer illusions you have left by October 8th, the easier the transformation will be. Forgive everyone who has caused you pain, not for their sake, but for your own liberation. Grudges are the chains that bind you to the past. The rift will break these chains, but it is better to free yourself voluntarily. Ask for forgiveness from those you have hurt. Cleanse your karma of accumulated debts. Get rid of unnecessary things that clutter your space and your thoughts. Material minimalism will help you achieve clarity of mind. Spend more time in nature, away from the noise and hustle of the city. Nature will help you tune in to the natural rhythms of the universe. Meditate, even if you never have before. 10 minutes a day is enough. Just sit in silence and observe your breath. This will prepare your mind for an expansion of perception. On October 8th, it will become clear that all of human history has been a preparation for this moment. All the great teachers, prophets, and sages prepared humanity to understand the truth that will be revealed during the rift. The Buddha spoke of Maya, the illusory nature of the world. Christ taught that the truth will set you free. Krishna explained that reality is not what it seems. Lao Tzu wrote about the Tao, a path that cannot be expressed in words but can be experienced directly. They all saw what every inhabitant of Earth will soon see. Science, too, has been leading to this understanding. Quantum physics has proven that the observer affects the observed, that reality is created by consciousness. Psychology has discovered the subconscious and the collective unconscious. Astronomy has shown the vastness of the universe and the insignificance of Earth on a cosmic scale. All the discoveries of recent centuries have been preparing the ground for the Great Awakening. Humanity is ripe to meet the truth. The stellar rift is not an accident, but a natural stage in the evolution of consciousness. Those who pass through it consciously will become the pioneers of a new era in human history. An era of life without illusions, in harmony with cosmic laws, in unity with all that is.